Hey, what's up, comic book fans? What's up, Walking Dead fans? That's right, guys. We're getting ready to do another Walking Dead review. That's right. This is issue 108 and the first appearance of Ezekiel. That's right, guys. The mysterious guy with the freaking kick-ass tiger. Dude, who has a tiger as a pet? That is flipping crazy ass shit. And it's me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you this awesome review. So, that being said, let's just jump right into it. Last issue, we were left off with Rick talking with Jesus saying, you know what, you gotta meet Ezekiel. And we're like, okay, Ezekiel, he's pretty badass, I guess. We've seen pictures of it, preview pictures of him with the tiger and everything else. So we're like, awesome, we're gonna meet up with Ezekiel. And this issue starts off where you're like, let the slaughter begin. And it's just like, what the hell is Negan talking about now? And it's actually funny because Negan somewhat is a human instead of some slaughtering machine. He's just sick and twisted, and his character is hysterical. It's like, when they do kill Negan, or if they do kill Negan, I'm actually going to be sad to see this guy go, because he makes me laugh in every issue that he's in. The stuff that comes out of his mouth is hysterical. He's just like, you know, and when he says, let the slaughter begin, it comes to a match of ping pong. And you're like, oh my god, is this guy full of himself or what? I mean, he's talking about ping pong. No one wants in. He's kicking this guy's ass, beating him down, and, you know, he beats him up, and he just beats him like 21-4 or whatever it is, and, you know, he's all cocky about himself, and the stuff that he says, even when he plays ping pong, it's like F this and F that. And then he goes after Dwight's wife here, and he goes, yeah, well, I guess I was getting bored playing ping pong anyway. And then he just says, now if you excuse me, I'm going to ping pong my you-know-what all over these tatas. You know, that's what he says. And that's basically the nice way of putting it without going crazy. And you're just like, oh my god, freaking Negan's a character, man. So this issue here really starts getting kicked off with some zombie action, some we haven't really seen in a while. I've noticed, though, in this particular issue, and I don't know what it is, but the art seemed a little bit different to me. It seemed a little off, not its typical way. I don't know, just something was different about it. It looked like Carl was different, you know, drawn differently, but, you know, what's its name? Charlie Adlard is obviously art. It just seemed a little different. I don't know if the gray tones were different. Just something seemed a little bit off on it. But Carl almost gets attacked in the actual issue. He's getting all cocky. Kind of got like Negan's personality. I can take this. I can do that. I'm going to shoot this guy. I'm going to shoot this zombie, and I'm going to kill him. There's some cool action in this. And he actually almost gets taken out by one of these zombies. And Michonne has to really save his butt here. She slices the zombie's head. Carl has to pull out a gun at the last second and shoot a zombie. And he's like, dude, I almost got killed. You know, and Michonne's like, you can't get cocky and stuff like that. Excuse me. So, you know, they're going to keep that a secret between everything else. But the cool thing about this particular issue was that there's another community that is related to the Hilltop. They're like this network. And it's really opening Rick's eyes now, like, oh my god, we truly just are not the only ones here. And it's not just the Hilltop or the Saviors. Now it's called the Kingdom. And Rick is just like in awe. He's like, the Kingdom? He's like, what the hell is the Kingdom? You know, and Jesus is like, you're in the outer skirts of the, you're in the outer skirts of the Kingdom right now. And these people are hysterical. They got horses. They got like BMX armor, or BMX, plating on and stuff like that. And they're wearing like shin guards or motocross stuff. I mean, that's what it reminded me of. And the Kingdom is an actual school with school buses. And you're like, dude, that's crazy, man. It's so nuts. And I'm just like, God. And it gets so creative. Now Rick has got to be sitting there going, our community kind of sucks ass. You know, because you got Saviors, you got the Hilltop, and then you got the Kingdom. And the next thing we come across Ezekiel and his tiger. And Ezekiel basically says in a nutshell we can work together, and now that your son provided me this great information, we can take out Negan, because he's an asshole. There's a really cool particular scene in here that has to do with Spencer. And he goes unto Father Gabriel's church, and he says that he has to pray. And he prays about something, and it's only one page. And he just says, give me strength to know what must be done. What does that mean? And I'm sure that's a seed that's just been planted that's going to be growing a little bit as this series goes on. However, Ezekiel's throne is in the school's theater, which is so badass. It's just like he's sitting there in this chair in the school theater, and he's the king, and he has his people, he's got his little knights, and it's really, really cool. And they're just talking about the saviors and how they can tackle them down and things like that. And then at least you expect there's someone that shows up at the end of this issue, and you're like, no way, dude, I can't believe it's this guy. I cannot believe it's this guy. Rick starts freaking out on him, and it's like, no way. And he gives his story about, why he's coming to Ezekiel and why he plans to help take down Negan. And there's a fight between Rick and this guy, and Shiva starts roaring like crazy because there's this big fight, and you can see it right here. You can see that right there, the little tiger fight there. And he doesn't tolerate, violence or anything like that. But at the end of this issue, you're just like, oh my god, that is freaking awesome. I can't believe this guy is part of that group now, and he's going to help Rick, but there's going to be trust issues. This book was great, guys. I don't know each week how I can feel, or each month, how I can express how they can make this book better, how you can, have a zombie book keep going on. And it's just amazing the character development and the characters that are introduced in The Walking Dead. I mean, to call Community the Kingdom and have a person that acts as your king and has a pet tiger, dude, that's awesome stuff, man. This title continues to deliver, and it had great story plot, it had some action in there, had some stuff with Michonne and Andrea that you have to read, and you got to read the trader's, thought process and who that trader actually is. And it's just a great, great book, guys. So I suggest if you're not reading The Walking Dead, go out and buy it. And I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. This was a really, really good Walking Dead story. And the stuff to come, I just cannot wait. So, guys, tell me your thoughts of Ezekiel. Tell me your thoughts if he's, what do you think? How do you think his tiger is? What do you think if Rick's going to get along with this trader from the Saviors? And just give me your thoughts on The Walking Dead in general, guys. And how do you feel that the comic differentiates from the show? Do you like the show better, or do you like the comic book better? So, guys, again, leave me your comments below. And, again, 5 out of 5. And until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And thank you for watching Comic Book Corner. I'll see you real soon, guys. Bye.